WWE Superstar Finn Balor joined the morning after. Good morning, Finn.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
We are doing good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Awesome. We appreciate you taking some time to talk with us today.
Of course, yeah. My pleasure.
We are excited to have you guys coming to Saginaw, the road to WrestleMania through Saginaw, Michigan. Hard to believe. WWE Live at the Dow Event Center coming up on Sunday. Tickets are on sale right now at the Dow Event Center box office, all Ticketmaster outlets. We've been giving them away all week. People are fired up to have you guys back in Saginaw. First question, I want to know, how's the injury doing? How are you healing up?
I'm a little banged up and bruised from what I've been through the last couple of weeks with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, but it ain't about how many times you get knocked down, brother. It's about how many times you get back up, and I'm going to keep getting back up, and that's what I'm going to do in Saginaw on the 10th.
And obviously people know that have followed your story. I mean, right when you made it to the main roster at WWE Raw, you got injured right after you won the Universal title, so you know a little something about bouncing back and getting back up, because you were out for like 9 months, and that had to be tough. Finally making it to the main roster and then having to sit out for 9 months.
Yeah, of course, but these type of things happen in our job. Injuries are expected. Obviously, they're unfortunate, but I learned a lot from that injury. I think I came back better and stronger, and a more well-rounded performer. So I learned a great lesson from that, and I've carried it forward into what I'm doing right now.
We're talking with Finn Balor, the first Universal Champion, which is pretty awesome, and a fairly quick rise for you, at least in the WWE. I know you worked your entire life to get to this stage, but by the time you were drafted, made it to the Raw roster, you rose pretty quickly to that Universal Championship. That must have been pretty awesome.
Yeah, obviously, that was great, but you're talking about the past. Let's talk about the future, man. I got my eyes on Bobby Lashley right now. He's the Intercontinental Champion, and that's one I would like to add to my list of credentials.
It's been fun to follow. If people don't follow Finn on social media, Twitter and Instagram, your Finn art over the past few days, your Photoshop skills with Bobby Lashley, I will give you credit. You've done a very good job poking fun at Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush.
Yeah, if only my wrestling was as good as my Photoshop. I'd do a little better.
I like Bobby Lashley's head on Steve Carell's body from 40-Year-Old Virgin. I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, that's when I tapped out after that one. I said, I'm not going to top this one, so that's going to have to be it for the week.
What's it like being in the ring with those guys? There's a noticeable size difference between you and somebody like Bobby Lashley. When you get in the ring, how do you try to approach a guy that's that much bigger than you?
Man, I relish the challenge. I've always been a fan of wrestling growing up. I was always intrigued by the David versus Goliath style match, the big guys versus the smaller guys, and I feel like that kind of style suits my skill set, and I've been the underdog my whole life, so I ain't afraid to get in there and lock up with some of these big fellas like Bobby and Brock. So bring it on. I've been doing this for 18 years. I'll be doing it for another 18 years. There's a lot of miles on this body, but I'm not sure how many miles those guys got left.
Speaking of facing big guys, before we talk about Road to WrestleMania at the Dow Event Center, Royal Rumble, you faced Brock Lesnar. What was it like facing Brock on the world's biggest stage? I mean, that's one of the 4 major pay-per-views for WWE every year.
Yeah, it's not the second biggest pay-per-view right now, and it was obviously a huge honor. It was a big challenge to get in the ring with Brock. I got to step up my game, kind of. His speed, his power is unmatched, and to have that, that combination together. A lot of guys are powerful, a lot of guys have speed, but to have those both of those attributes, and his experience level, obviously, I learned a lot that day. Obviously, I got caught at the end in the Kimura, but it was a lesson learned. It was a good experience, and I'll carry that lesson forward.
We're talking to Finn Balor, Road to WrestleMania, WWE Live Sunday at the Dow Event Center. Tickets on sale right now, all Ticketmaster outlets and the Dow Event Center box office. You talk about growing up and doing this for 18 years. Who are some of the guys that you looked up to growing up?
People caught my eye at an early age, where people like Tito Santana, Coco Beware, then like the Rockers. But I think more in my teenage years, one of the big influences on me was X-Pac or 1-2-3 Kid.
Yeah, right on.
And that was someone who kind of I looked to as to say like, hang on, this guy's kind of like a similar size to me. Maybe I have a shot at doing this. So he was one of the real people that really inspired me to believe in myself.
Do you remember when Shawn Michaels kicked Marty Jannetty through a glass window?
I don't think anyone will ever forget that.
Remember when Bobby Heenan claimed that Marty Jannetty jumped through the window?
I'd like to kick Bobby Lashley through a glass window or a concrete wall or something.
I think it'd be great to see to reenact some of those things that happened back in the 80s and 90s, and maybe during the next episode of Miz TV, Finn Balor throws Bobby Lashley through some big ass window that's set up in the ring.
Yeah, pretty sure I'd have a good shot at throwing Leo Rush into row X.
Finn Balor, we appreciate you coming on with us. We're excited to have you in Saginaw coming up on Sunday. WWE Live, Road to WrestleMania at the Dow Event Center on Sunday. Great group of superstars coming to town, and Finn Balor is one of them. You can get all your ticket info, Dow Event Center box office, Ticketmaster.com, and one of our favorite all-time entrance musics. Musics? That doesn't even make any sense. Entrance themes. We love when you come down to the ring. It gets us fired up. We sometimes use your song on the show, so we appreciate you talking with us today.
Listen, I appreciate all the support. Keep playing that tune. It gets me pumped up every day when I got to step in the ring, so hopefully it can pump up your listeners too.
All right. Thanks, Finn.
All right. Thanks, boys.